On May 5th, 1984, then President Ronald Reagan issued Proclamation 5187 for National Correctional Officers Week, in which he called upon officials of state and local governments and the people of the United States to observe this week with appropriate ceremonies and activities to recognize the contributions of correctional officers to our nation. I've got a great guest in studio today just to talk about that exact topic. Kevin Hanson, Mason County Jail Chief. Morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you
doing?
Good.
Good to see you here, and big week, great week to have you on. National Correctional Officers and Employees Week. We talk a lot about what you do with the jail and things like that, off and on here during the morning show, and it's a big week, an important week to honor the folks that work hard.
It is. That's for sure. You know, our staff is oftentimes unappreciated and often ignored. You know, they come to work every day and work behind 4 cement walls, and you know, they're not seen in the public like a deputy is.
Yeah.
So you know, it's we're really appreciative of, you know, the national recognition for our profession, and that's exactly what it is. It's a profession, and a lot of people don't realize that. You know, when we go to school, we don't think, oh yeah, I want to be a corrections officer when I grow up. But you know, we all come from different paths and different means to get to where we're at, and you come to realize that, you know, the job that we do in corrections, and specifically the Mason County Jail, is essential to the criminal justice system.
There's a lot of things that we have talked about over the course of the last couple of years here regarding the jail. I know you came in from Lewis County after some great work down there and getting a new jail built and things like that. We've talked a lot about bed space and things like that. One thing you did mention to me is that some of the alternative sentencing programs are really seeming to help, and not only help the community at large, but help keep those numbers at the jail down. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Today, we have 13 people in our alternative sentencing program, and the majority of those people, or actually all of those people at this point, are what we call the extended inmate labor program. And they're the group of inmates who are minimum security, no risk, low risk, offenders who we put to work. They're the ones you see on the outside there along the roadways, picking up garbage and dump sites and everything else. And the inmates actually like being there too. The area that we've got set up for them now, you know, has a little bit more accommodation than what they do in the normal part of the jail. And the inmates kind of work towards being in this area.
Sure.
You know, other than sitting around in, you know, cement walls and no TV. You know, they like to be up here in this minimum security area. So,
you were telling me as well, some of your correction officers were able to help save the life of an inmate recently.
Yeah, they did. It was a swing shift here. It was probably 2 weeks ago. And I was still around the jail, and I heard the radio call go out that there was an attempt. And Sergeant Ott, Sergeant Newell, Deputy Elston, Deputy Crook, and Corporal Decker found an inmate in his room being held up by the inmate's roommate, that he had tied a ligature around his neck and was actually hanging. And our staff was able to cut the inmate down. Wow. and got the thing off his neck, and because of their actions and their timely response, we saved the inmate's life.
How much? What's the staff level numbers there on kind of a day-to-day, shift-to-shift basis at the jail?
We have our minimum staffing is 4 in the swing shift and night shift. You know, we have right around 100 inmates in that jail to manage with 4 people. Day shift, we have some extra staff around because of court transports and, you know, transports outside the facility, but our minimum staff is 4 people.
And I know that you did work hard down in Lewis County before you came to Mason on securing a new jail. And as you kind of left down there and moved towards up here, we've been talking a lot about the need for that here in the community. And we're starting to see a little bit more talk on this. We realize that it's an important thing that we need here.
Oh, for sure. We know we reinvigorated the criminal justice working team, and you know that team consists of the local prosecutor, judges, local advocates, the sheriff, the courts, and so we've been meeting very heavily every other week, actually, with the subcommittee. that is dedicated to doing nothing but trying to figure out how we're going to build this jail.
Do you have ideas of locations and sizes? Is there a kind of a standard model for the county of our size that you look at for other communities that have built jails that would help out?
Well, conceptually, at this point, we're looking at some of the acreage that the county owns up on by 101 up there by the Public Works area. Mm-hmm. We're looking at initially building about a 250 bed jail with the availability to easily expand it based upon future needs. And one thing that we're very mindful of is future needs. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to spend $25 million build a facility that we did back in 1980 something that is going to be outdated at when you move into it.
Right.
So that's kind of what we're looking at.
The other thing here, moving on to another topic, lighten it up a little bit. We saw you at the sheriff's breakfast talking about the torch run that's coming up June 1st. I know you were kind of one of the big spearheads on getting it through Mason County, and in less than a month now, torch will be run from Belfair up at the Safeway all the way to the Little Creek Casino there to hand off to Thurston. How has the fundraising been, and where can people find those great shirts that you're having out there?
Well, the shirts are some of us.
Check out the camera.
Some of us even wear them here underneath our uniform
all the time. Looking good there.
That's torch run
See
shirt.
that?
So these shirts you can buy for $20. Shelton PD has them for sale. The sheriff's office has them for sale. You can come down to the office and buy them. If you don't want to buy a shirt and you just simply want to make a donation, you can get onto the Special Olympics website. And there's a donation button, and you can actually just click on the button and make a donation with your credit card if you so choose. The fundraising for the shirts is going pretty good. We ordered 170 shirts. And I just made another order for another 170.
Oh, nice.
So we got 350 shirts ish that we're trying to sell locally. We're really looking forward to the run. The schools are all going to be involved, and the bands are going to. I guess the bands are going to be out in the sidewalks,
Nice.
and
That'll be fun.
It's going to be really cool. And it's like the sheriff said before, we have 83 athletes just in our community that are Special Olympics people. So it's a really neat opportunity for us to get involved and to help people that they could use the help.
I saw Sheriff out in Matlock on Saturday. He was wearing the shirt. He was out talking to folks about it. So
yeah,
he's getting out there doing the good work. Kevin Hanson, Mason County Jail Chief, here today to talk with me on this National Correctional Officers and Employees Week from the May 7th through the 13th. Again, proclamated back in '84 by then President Reagan. Good to see you, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks a lot.